Welcome back. Y'all, there are over 182 characters in this game currently, and the issue is that with so many characters, we're not really sure about what character type each may fall into specifically. So with my hours in training mode and practicing and learning these characters, I'm gonna introduce to you the speed type today. I remember back then when they had the trailer with speed versus power, and then they talked about different character types. I wasn't exactly sure or understood what that meant because they really didn't go too into it. But I can kind of break it down to you today. Okay, so what you see right here is a handful of characters that are speed types, or at least variants of it. But just because they're speed types doesn't mean that they can't technically fall into other categories, but then they can have character specifics that either allow them or don't allow them to do certain things. But then you have some characters just like full on movement based, like speed based, which is Broder, Dispo, and Kakunza. Okay, but that's the cool thing about this game because there's plenty of characters that could fall in different types but blend in and do other things. So that's pretty cool. Okay, well this is kind of the telltale sign that you got a speed type. Look at the key. Real quick, look at Goku. Look at how much it takes for him to dash. I guess that's what they refer to as stamina, the cost it takes to do a dash like that at mid or long range. Okay, so then you got someone that's a power type. So this dude, literally, it takes him like twice as much to move. So he's the opposite of a speed type. Movement type tactics are not really favorite for power types. That's not what you want to go for. Okay, now we have Evil Boo. Let me charge this key up real quick. Okay, now look at the stamina. Look at the difference. Look how much it costs for him to move around. Okay, but now listen, it could get crazier than that. It could get crazier than that because he's not a full-on speed type because he has other characteristics. But this is a full-on speed type right here. Okay, so you see the big difference it takes to use dashes. Like the stamina is crazy. Yep, and on Dispo and Kakunza, it's the same thing. Because they're full-on speed types, so this is what they do. Okay, aside from that, what they do fall short in is power. So attack power is typically going to be lower than power types. Power types, they'll run through you with their attack power. But that's just going off of generic character types. Okay, so how do you use speed types to your advantage in battle? So what I suggest doing, me personally, I really find it most suitable to be around mid-range zone. Because the whole point of that is so that you can still do like your mid-range and long-range dashes so that you can actually put your swiftness into use. And so that way you'll be able to get behind your opponent in either one or two side steps. And especially this is good for people who like to use perception a lot. This should keep your opponent on their toes. This should keep them moving. And if they're not moving, they're going to get attacked from behind. Pause. Okay, so the ideal situation is you always want to keep your opponent on their toes with your movement. And then combine movements and combination. It don't always have to be the same thing. You could mix it up. Okay, so sparking mode, that could be a bit more of a different topic because it deals more to character specifics. Because honestly, some characters can be speed types, but then they don't have the same features. So there's some characters might not exactly be a speed type, but then they'll get some of these features. But regardless, is when you have a speed type sparking, so typically you might be able to do a high speed movement off a command, or you would be able to do like the special teleporting dash, and you can use that to mix up your movement even more. So you can either do that to attack them or also do that into a burst dash and then go behind them. This just further increases your options and abilities of attacking your opponent and keeping them from guarding. Typically what they should be worried about, they should be worried about moving. And if they're moving too much, then you do the quickest attacks possible, which is going right in front of them. See, like Tapion can only do the high speed movement off a command while it's sparking. Evil Boo can't do any of that, yet he still would be considered a speed type. He's definitely not a key blast type, and he's definitely not a power type. But that's pretty much all for now. If this helped you, if you like this type of content, you want to see more, please make sure you comment and subscribe.